Justin Herbert, listen, I'm happy for Justin Herbert. And unlike Colin, I don't mind that he's wearing a backwards hat to the Laker game. However, I am going to point out, Laker game this weekend, Dodger game last night. That Dodger game went quite late last night. And you ever tried to get out of Chavez Ravine? It's a nightmare. I'm not saying Justin Herbert was a little sleepy at practice today. I'm just saying I'd be checking his alarm clock.
This ranking of Justin Herbert right now is absolute insanity. And I just put together all the stats, all the numbers. I got all the receipts. I got another clip that I want to show you from Nick Wright that really shows this insane double standard. First off, I love the nuance for the interception here on Patrick Mahomes.
First one was a great play by the
first one, though, was a bad decision.
Yeah,
it was a great play by Lattimore.
Great play by Lattimore. Interesting. Never want to give the benefit of the doubt for Justin Herbert there. But how about this? It gets worse.
Offense, which all Patrick ever needed was an offensive line he trusts and a receiving core that'll run the right routes. And
an offensive line that he trusts and a receiving core that runs the right routes. Fascinating. Fascinating how Patrick Mahomes gets that qualifier, but Justin Herbert, who has, first off, his entire career has been dealing with a mess, but this year especially has been dealing with insanity, gets absolutely, positively no benefit of the doubt or boost considering what he's doing. I am so excited to get after this right now. I have such stats, such numbers. I am going all in right now for this video. I'm right now, if you're watching this video, I'm gonna be at the hospital with my father and mother. My dad's getting surgery, so it's gonna be a crazy long day for me. I'm recording this the day before. Got to be there at like 6 a.m. So please definitely feed the comment section. This week in general is gonna be so insane. And so shout out to Chargers fans. You know, you guys have risen to the occasion so much. Before we get really into this, before I get to really do this deep dive that I can't wait to do, I'm just going to ask you, please don't forget to watch the full length of this video. Please don't forget to subscribe so we can keep building such an amazing community here. So I can keep making the best possible San Diego, Los Angeles Chargers content that I can. Because, yeah, I lived in San Diego when the Chargers moved to LA. I was there for that. And so when you guys subscribe, when you guys watch the full length of the video, like, this is what happens. And it just puts us in a position to just build a community that is genuinely, firmly rooted in this sports talk world. And that is absolutely what I'm trying to do. And I told Chargers fans in a previous video that, like, you know, things are getting a little crazy on my end. And so that's why I'm doing these deeper dives. That's why I'm really holding on right now and doing everything I can to just keep making as much content as I can. And I'm hopeful that I'll be able to record tomorrow as well, or today as you're watching this. It'll probably be later in the day, but I don't really know how tomorrow's necessarily going to go on. So I'm trying to record as much videos as I can right now, and I'm trying to do other deeper dives. I got my notes and stats all over the place. I've made graphics and whatnot, just to, you know, stay focused on something. So I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. Now let's get into it. Now that we got that setup out of the way, where Justin Herbert is not even a top 10 quarterback, according to Nick Wright, which is madness, which is apparently not as good as Baker Mayfield, Jared Goff, Daniel Jones, Dak Prescott, Drake May. Okay, that's interesting. Love how when we want to talk about interception, it was just a nice play by Lattimore. But with Justin Herbert, it was, what a terrible throw, what a terrible decision. Well, nothing Patrick Mahomes could do on that one interception. Interesting. So weird how that is. And also, hey, if you give Patrick Mahomes receivers and an O-line, he's amazing. Unbelievable. Let's take a look at what Justin Herbert has done when he doesn't have an O-line. Let's start with the lowest hanging fruit. In the last 2 weeks, in the last 2 games, first in the NFL in passing, 647 yards. Sixth in the NFL, 68.8% completion percentage. Passing touchdowns, second in the NFL with 6. Yards per attempt, which Nick loves apparently, as he says, 7th in the NFL, 8.1. and passer rating 102.4, which is pretty remarkable considering he was pressured 49 times. In the last 2 weeks, second place was 38. We all know Justin Herbert is being pressured at an insane rate. He's being pressured all that time, and yet he has this pressure to sack percentage of 10.2, which is 5th in the NFL, which is remarkable considering how much that man is getting beaten up. But wait, we are just getting started. I know it says 2024, it was typo, 2025, obviously. First in the NFL with 2,140 yards. His completion percentage is 67.8%. Mahomes is 67%. So again, he has a higher completion percentage than Patrick Mahomes and more passing yards than everyone else in the NFL. And yet his O-line, his O-line, there's through the roof with drops. Okay, we'll keep going. Passing touchdowns, 16, third in the NFL. On target percentage, 71.8%. Patrick Mahomes with that O-line that he trusts, 66.9%. So Justin Herbert's actually more accurate with a significantly worse O-line. We'll keep going. Turnover-worthy plays, 5, which is bottom 5 in the NFL. Mahomes, 10, which is top 5 in the NFL. So again, being pressured, all that fun stuff. Justin Herbert's actually smarter, more careful. Okay. Drops. He has 16 drops right now, Justin Herbert. 16 drops. Maybe the wide receivers are running the right routes. They ain't catching the ball. He's second in the NFL in drops. So he's number 1 in pressure, in dropbacks with pressure, and number 2 in drops. So can't trust the O-line, can't trust the receivers, yet still putting up top numbers in the NFL. So it seems like actually Justin Herbert can do more with less than Patrick Mahomes. And don't tell me, well, he won games, he won Super Bowl. Guys, we've been through this. The defense carried a ton. And as I'm going to show you, that Justin Herbert is actually being pressured more and has more drops than Patrick Mahomes has ever had in his entire career. And it's not even close. Yards after catch, 9th, which is not bad. You know who's number 1? Show it to me. Patrick Mahomes by over 100 yards. You know who's number 2? Baker Mayfield. Gotta love it. Right now, Justin Herbert is being pressured. He was pressured 141 times so far. 141 times. Mahomes, 100. A difference of 41 pressures. That is absolutely, positively insane. It is massive. That discrepancy. Massive. 141 times. He is literally at a historical pace. His pressure rate is 25.5%. Mahomes, 15.8%. Baker, 15.8%. QB hits. He's been hit 42 times. 42 times. Mahomes, 30. Baker, 9. I mean, how about rushing? 5th in the NFL. 248 yards. Yards per attempt rushing, 6.7, first in the NFL. So he's making up a big percentage of rushing yards. Is leading the NFL in passing yards. Interesting. And all behind a really bad O-line and receivers that keep dropping the ball. Interesting. You know what's so funny? So this is since week 3. Since he's had an O-line and receivers that run the right route. 317, 16 total touchdowns, 114.8 passer rating, completion percentage. Justin Herbert is right within range but that's with a terrible O-line. That's with receivers who are dropping the ball. You understand that what Justin Herbert is doing, and you don't got to cook the books and say, well, let's just remove those first couple of weeks. Why don't we remove the exceptionally terrible weeks then for Justin Herbert and see what his rankings look like? We don't have to do that because his rankings are already absolutely unbelievable for the regular season as a whole, even though clearly everything is pretty strongly stacked against him. We can look at deep ball passing even, which is so hard to do when your receivers are dropping the ball and you have no time in the pocket to let the receivers actually get down the field. And yet he has 4 deep ball passing touchdowns, which is 6th in the NFL. And his deep ball passer rating is 6th in the NFL. Again, behind an awful O-line and receivers who are genuinely struggling to catch the ball. And this is where it gets really fun. Okay, this is last but not least. He is on pace for over 300 pressures and 34 drops. Okay? Last season, when everybody cried about Patrick Mahomes' O-line, 212 pressures. That's it, 212. Nearly 100 more pressures is Justin Herbert on track for. That's insane. And the drops, when everyone had their meltdown in 2023, 29 drops. 29 drops. Justin Herbert is on track for 34. So when they said that Patrick Mahomes had the worst O-line, Justin Herbert's is worse. When they said, oh, Patrick Mahomes' receivers can't catch the ball, Justin Herbert's are worse. And it's together. Those were separate years for Patrick Mahomes. For Justin Herbert, it's the same season. But this is where it gets so good. Okay? Because Justin Herbert, again, that should say 2025. Autocorrect, typos, crushing me here. But Herbert, 2025, this season, he's on pace for 4,547 yards. Patrick Mahomes in 2023, 4,183. Patrick Mahomes in 2024, 3,928. Weird. Passing touchdowns, 34 for Justin Herbert. Patrick Mahomes in 2023, 26. And in 2024, 26. Or excuse me, he actually had 27 passing touchdowns in 2023. My mistake. Completion percentage, 68%. Patrick Mahomes, 67.2%. In 2024, 67.5%. Passer rating, 97 for Justin Herbert. Patrick Mahomes, 92.6. Mahomes in 24, 93.5. So by literally every single metric, when Justin Herbert's dealing with the mess that Nick says, well, when Herbert or when Mahomes has those things, he can be great. He could be the best quarterback ever. Justin Herbert is literally proving to do more with less at insane levels. Because even now, in those bad years, Patrick Mahomes was still getting boosted by yak. 2,552 in 23, 2,300 in 2024. And yet, Herbert's on pace for 1,931. Now, this is where it continues to get so juicy. So juicy. This is now what Herbert is on pace for compared to Patrick Mahomes in his best years with his best roster, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, 2018 to 2021. Passing yards, 4,547 to 4,676. Passing touchdowns, 34 to 37. Completion percentage, 68% to 66%. And of course, yards after the catch, over 400 yards more for none other than Patrick Mahomes. So literally during Mahomes' best stretch, his best years, with his best roster, O-line, all that fun stuff, Receivers, best receivers, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce. Herbert, with his receivers who are dropping the ball at an insane rate, where he is getting pressured at an insane rate, is putting up comparable numbers to what Patrick Mahomes does in perfect, absolutely perfect situations. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. What's even crazier is, let's take 2018, for example. Patrick Mahomes had 8 touchdown passes from behind the line of scrimmage and nearly 700 yards. Justin Herbert this year, 0 touchdowns from behind the line of scrimmage, 0 touchdowns from screen passes, and is on pace to have like around like 300 or so yards from behind the line of scrimmage. So if you give Justin Herbert just a little bit of yak that Patrick Mahomes got from 2018 to 2021, if you give him the benefit of the doubt of some screen pass touchdowns, some behind the line of scrimmage touchdowns, Justin Herbert, with a terrible O-line and receivers who are dropping the ball, Justin Herbert would be comparable to Patrick Mahomes' best season of his career. Do you believe that? He would literally be on pace. It's just math to throw for more passing yards. If he just got the equivalent of the yak, a fraction of the yak, let alone some of the screen game going, giving him a handful more of touchdowns. I mean, he would easily be in the 40s if he was getting the similar benefits that Mahomes got with the stacked roster. I mean, it's just math, guys. Just math. Everyone is obsessed with the stats. Everyone always says numbers don't lie. Numbers don't lie. That Justin Herbert, in far from ideal situation, from an ideal roster, from an ideal scenario with O-line and receivers, as Nick Wright said it, when you give him the receivers, when you give him the O-line, Patrick Mahomes is great and is the best. Well, apparently, Justin Herbert doesn't need the receivers or the O-line, and yet he's still right there with Patrick Mahomes. And when you take away both, when you take it away from both of them, Justin Herbert is clearly better, clearly does more with less, and it's not even close. It's not even close. And that's also with inferior coaching. Let's be serious. Andy Reid is Andy Reid. Could you imagine if Justin Herbert had an O-line that could protect him? Could you imagine if Justin Herbert ever had an elite wide receiver 1, 2, 3, tight end, however you want to include it, wide receiver, tight end, whatever. People who can catch the ball with a high degree of success and can then also run after catch and can be set up with some easy screen passes, behind the line of scrimmage, touchdowns. Would we see like 6,000 yards, 60 touchdowns? I mean, who knows? My goodness. Well, we don't have to imagine, because I did the math for you. Justin Herbert would have 5,397 passing yards, whereas Mahomes only had 5,097. Crazy. Could you imagine if Justin Herbert was just able to be set up with an O-line and some elite receivers and an elite coach all at the same time? You can conservatively say, yeah, it would be better than what Patrick Mahomes has done. It's just the numbers. It's just the numbers. I mean, Justin Herbert's doing it. Justin Herbert would be doing it without that. Like that's what I'm trying to say right now. Because those numbers that I just showed you, that's with all the drops. That's with all the pressure. That Justin Herbert would have more than Patrick Mahomes in his best season of his career, when he was actually protected and had the elite receivers. So if you actually give the elite receivers, would we see 6,000 passing yards? Would we see 60 touchdowns? Gotta love math. Gotta love math. Numbers don't lie. Numbers don't lie. Those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about Justin Herbert compared to Patrick Mahomes? And how it's just, Patrick Mahomes gets all the benefit of the doubt when he's lacking some pieces. And when Justin Herbert is lacking the pieces and doing way better, doesn't even need the benefit of the doubt, should be getting praise at that point. You just let me know what your thoughts are. I read every single comment, so whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. As I said, we are building an amazing community here, and I'd absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to, something that we're really excited to be part of, and I think we're well on our way to doing it. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.